Welcome to another episode, everyone. Let's head back to the Los Angeles County Jail where a bloody race riot transpired between the blacks and the SouthSiders when a black SouthSider hit the dorm. Now, he hit the dorm tripping as far as I am concerned. I still feel this way to this day. Now, this led to a lot of bloodshed because this individual was a traitor as far as the big fella was concerned. Now, as I've said on many occasions, many riots were transpiring in the Los Angeles County Jail at this time, and even now. It has calmed down some. The riots in the early 90s, mid-90s, were vicious. And black people were under heavy attack when I entered Wayside in January of 1994. And go back to my channel and go back to my catalog here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I've spoken on it many times that we had to start attacking the SouthSiders back in order to gain our respect. This black SouthSider hit the dorm, and he was from, I believe, I was trying to think all last night, but I'm not, before I brought this story, but I'm not sure, but I believe he was from Compton. And when he hit the dorm, I looked at him in disgust because I immediately saw that he was fully immersed into the Hispanic culture, at least the gang culture. This individual wore his shorts, all the way past his belly button, nearly up to his chest. And he walked around just like them, with his shoulders, hey, what's up, wound? Whatever, like a straight cholo. I'm like, man, look at this guy. Now, there's only one black SouthSider that I can recall, I could be wrong, that I liked, that I had love for, and that was Sniper from 18th Street, and we were in juvenile hall together. He was for real, he was with the business, and he was not faking the funk. And I didn't know any better at that time in juvenile hall. I probably would not have liked Snipe either, had I knew then what I know now. Nevertheless, I knew it at this time that I did not like these types of individuals because they don't like it when it's the other way around. In fact, the SouthSiders had already made a move or two on an Hispanic individual that was claiming a black gang there. As I said, hell, they came at the Polo from Compton. So I am disinclined to let this slide. Dude comes in and he's immersed into the Southside culture. He really thinks he's one of them. I used to pass by now this was all in a matter of days. I passed by and I did give him a dirty look or two, if I'm being honest. I let it be known that I did not like this individual. Well, I felt like he was a traitor that we needed all the help that we can get, all the muscle that we can get, and that you were just riding with them because you felt like they were stronger than us. They were attacking us. But little did he know, by the time he hit the dorm, we had began to attack back, go on the offensive, not always on the defensive. Yes. So you didn't hit the wrong dorm. I used to hang out with this young dude. Let's call him Ryder, because he was indeed a rider. and he had a black consciousness as well. And at this time, I'll be honest, I was very pro-black. I was gang banging, thugged out even. There's a dichotomy there, there's hypocrisy at its finest. But I was also fully immersed in the black culture, and I loved my people then as I do now. And so when the dude came in the dorm, I felt like this dude is no good. But if he stays away from me, then fine. His opposition, the black SouthSiders' opposition from his Mexican gang came into the dorm, a black dude. He may have been from Compton too. Because again, I believe this dude was from Compton. I don't recall that. But he had to have been from Compton as well. From whatever gang he was from, a Piru gang, whatever. But his gang beef with a Southside gang. This individual is from that Southside gang. This black guy. This brother. He's from the Southside gang. So when our people, when the black dude come in, and the Southsider find out where he's from, he start looking at the brother funny, mean mugging him, acting as if he's ready to attack. The brother came to me and told me this. He said, bro, this dude keep looking at me crazy. I said, who? He said, the Southsider. I said, which one? He said, man, the black one. I said, what? He said, yeah, we enemies on the street, bro. We arch enemies. Our gangs hate each other. I believe I know this individual. I've seen him before, but we've never got it in or nothing. We never played ball. I don't know what he owned. Now, this was news that was disappointing for me. But at the same time, I got excited because I said, okay, that's it. I was just looking for a reason to attack anyway. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Because I ain't like that guy. I feel like he turned on his people. The same way they feel when it's the other way around. And oftentimes they attack without mercy that individual. But black people are not like that. Black people, they love everyone except themselves and each other. But when it comes to everyone else, they have a keen understanding, patience, love, and open arms. So I didn't expect the brothers really to be on the same page that I was on. I mean, they was going to ride with me because these rides are kicking off every day anyway. You don't need a reason for them to happen. You just look at someone and it goes up. That's it. It is tense and it is violent at all times. But to my surprise, really, the brothers, they were pretty much on board. But what I did was I went and hollered at the shot caller for the Southsiders first. This is where I made my mistake. I made a mistake by doing it. I was young. I didn't know any better. I was a bit wild. I let the brothers know I'm about to go holler at this dude shot caller and just let him know, man, keep your people, since this is your people, I guess, keep him in line. Really bad enough that he is who he is, and we allowing him to stay in the dorm as it is without kicking it off, straight up. But now, he got the nerve to be mad dogging my people, and this dude tripping, man. So the shot caller, who I was okay with, he was like, all right, man, it's all good, man. Let me see what's going on. Let me holler at him, what have you. Let me see what's going on. Okay, yeah, holler at him, man. But then I see them sort of grouping up I feel the tension in there. I see them whispering to one another and all of this. So I'm thinking, then I got nervous. I'm thinking, okay, they're about to try to kick it off. They're about to try to attack me, for one. This was my first thought, because this had happened more than once. I haven't even scratched the surface with my stories, people. Trust me. This has happened more than once when they have attacked the big fella on purpose, deliberately. There were also situations where the police have come to the dorm and tried to tell me to roll it up. Roll it up. Yeah, you going to another dorm, you in here, you a shot caller, and you aggressive. It was a time that the brothers had to come out, they all came rushing down the stairs like, he ain't going nowhere, he ain't rolling it up. Y'all got to come get him, and y'all got to come get all of us. So the police like, see what we talking about? I'm like, man, I ain't going nowhere. And we went back to our bunks, all the brothers, and we sitting there waiting on the police to come. They come in there, the goon squad, they helmets on, they billy clubs out in unison like they in the military, marching the dorm, line up. Everybody get down. They come to the bunk of the individual who is the target. We in there waiting on them. They come in here, it's up, it's up. All the brothers said it's up, but they come, it's up. Okay, bet. So this kind of stuff I'm going through. People snitching on me, saying that I'm a shot caller, that I'm a threat. They're trying to get me out of the dorms. All this, bro. I promise you. I've been going through all this for so long, but this was happening. And then riots kicking off, and I can tell I'm the target. I got 5 dudes on me. So when these dudes start grouping up down there and all that, I'm already on the edge. I'm nervous. This is why I said I shouldn't even went and hollered at the dude. Should have just got off. But I'm serious about not being a victim. So when I saw all of this, I said, okay. I told the brothers, bro, we got to go up. It's up. And I thought you hollered at the shot caller. He said it was cool or whatever. He was going to holler at him. I'm like, yeah, but look, I explained to him what's going on. Look what's going on, bro. They're grouping up. There's tension. They're talking. The black SouthSider is looking at me crazy now. So he didn't went and said something to him about me. Nah, bro, I don't trust it. I think they're about to try to get me. Here's what it is. So the brother's like, nah, man, hell no, I ain't about to go down like that. I'm like, yeah, so we got to get off first. I'm not trying to start nothing. But we not about to sit back and be no targets and be no sitting ducks, bro. Those days are over. That's been happening for months in these dorms. Brothers getting attacked at 3 o'clock in the morning while they lying down sleep. Riots kicking off. They in the bed, sleep, getting hit up. All that's over. We got people on watch on every shift. All this stuff done changed. Brothers in there working out. We kicking off some of these riots. Yes, sir. And it's about that. When we about to kick this one off, with all due respect, because I know that they're about to try to come and get me. The brothers pretty much knew it too. So they're like, so what's up? I'm like, man, let's, hey, get your things. At this time right here, when the police are, are not that deep there at the podium and whatever, where we have a little time to get it in, we gonna get it in. And I said, the black SouthSider, he's the target. The individual that he was staring at that had a problem with him from his opposition, told him, you make sure you get him good, and a couple of y'all get him. He's the target. So that means I know when I'm the target, like I said, I can feel it. There's 5 of them on me. Okay, so when he's a target, it got to be 4, 5 people on him, letting it be known that he's the target. That we want to do some damage to this individual. That we deem him a traitor. Treason. That we are strong too. Should have stayed with us. Should have stayed down. So everyone said, oh, okay, fine. Not much strategy was put into place. It's simple with these riots. Just, just kick it off. Just rush towards them and start swinging, bro. That's it. But we had designated individuals for this one dude. We wanted him. I did. But I had my target on, I could have got him, but I let the little homies handle that. Feel me? I had some individuals that wanted to get him as well. Y'all get this dude. I wanted to get someone a little bit bigger, someone with a little bit more rank. And so I had my own target. Nevertheless, that's exactly what happened. At the time designated, the brothers sort of went downstairs. We were upstairs. That's where we were all at. Started going down the stairs, just a few at a time at first, not to be suspicious. Then when enough of us got down there, we just rushed. But they were pretty much ready, the SouthSiders. I think they felt something was coming because they knew at that time that we had been kicking off some of these riots as well. Those days were over, where they were just kicking it off and that was it. I'm just telling you, anybody that was there at that time, they can tell you what I'm telling you, bro. That's it. Those days were over. We were kicking it off now as well. It's even Steven. It's 50-50. Y'all kick it off, we going to kick it off too, bro. Believe that. That's what it is now. That's why they start coming after me. And then, so like I said, I felt like I was a target. They was about to try to get me. So, yeah, we got off on them. The black SouthSider, he was over there. He was trying to swing. I'm making sure these dudes take care of business on this dude right here, the target. And they was on him. You know, they got him on the ground. They was on him. And he got damaged. He was bloodied up when he left because he was the target. And if we're going to kick off the riot, we certainly can't lose it. That's the whole point. We're supposed to have the advantage, which is why we were always at the disadvantage when they were kicking it off on us. No. So I got my target. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. The SouthSiders, they didn't just sit there and let it happen. I mean, they were responding. They had knives. As usual, these things are kicking off daily. And, so they did what they had to do, but we got our target. We got that individual that we wanted to get. Oh, most definitely we got him. It's nothing personal. But, you're not about to be disrespecting my people. He come in the dorm. The dude wasn't even tripping. He wasn't even looking for any trouble whatsoever. But the SouthSider, he started like tripping, pressing up on him. With his demeanor, it was clear. He had a problem with this dude, and he wanted a problem with him because of the hood beefs that they had on the street. There's a lot of racial stuff going on in here, bro. You're about to kick off something way bigger. We always leave that gang stuff on the street, in that sense, when it comes to the races. That's how it's supposed to be. So that's how it went down there. We went to the hole. Some people went to the hole. We was in and out of the hole. It was right. We go to the hole, but they couldn't hold you in the hole because most of the time you don't even go to the hole for a riot because the riots are happening in every dorm. They only got one hole. All they can do is trying to lock down your dorm, modify your program in your dorm for a few days, keep you in your bunk, and this and that. You can't send you to the hole. They do, you're going to be there for one day or whatever, because another riot going to kick off in another dorm, and they got to put them people in the hole. That's how it was. Constant violence and chaos. That situation had to happen because they were plotting. They were indeed cultivating sinister machinations as it related to myself and the rest of the black population. As far as I am concerned, I've seen too much. I didn't trust it. I didn't trust it. Too many riots were kicking off for no reason. And I was being targeted too much in different ways. I didn't trust it. I wasn't about to just sit there and go to sleep not knowing I wouldn't have been able to sleep comfortable that night. This has to happen now. It gotta go up. And it did. Stay safe and stay free, people.